Good evening.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Committee of the Council for Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. We have roll call, and we have council members Jen McMurr, council members Lisa Shanahan, council member Doug Sutton, council member Nicole Ayers, and council member Heather Dunn, and myself. So we have a quorum. We're going to move on to acceptance of the minutes of the December 12th meeting. Would someone make a motion to accept those minutes? We have any changes to the minutes? Any updates? Nope. So motion to approve the December 13th minutes. All in favor? Approve those, right? Okay. Opposed? Abstentions? Any abstentions? Okay. Jen?
I abstain. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Delene, public participation. Do we have anybody on call? We have.
If anybody would like to speak to any item on the agenda, can you please raise your hand electronically? If you have an item on the agenda, you can just speak to it when it's read. Yes, hold on one second.
I mean, Dan is on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hey guys, it's Dan Kermitis here at Vox Church for item number 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have an item, you can just wait till your item is.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Ken, how about that next one?
I didn't see a name. What was the name?
Hold on, Jacoby.
Oh, yeah, Mike Akabachi.
That's also on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. So we do not, Ms. Young.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to, there is no old business to new business. The city of Norwalk reserves the right to cancel the event for public health or safety reasons as determined by the city of Norwalk in its sole discretion. The city of Norwalk should not be liable for damages arising from the cancellation of the event. So I have item 1. Approve the use of Silver Mine Elementary School parking lot and immediate surrounding grounds by Boston Build Up for their Boston Build Up to 25K event to be held on Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Approximately 150 people. Would someone move that item, please? Thank you, Ms. McMurr. And who do we have to speak to this? And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jim Kirk is supposed to be here.
I don't see him yet.
Well,
And I'm sorry. And so, Delene, could you please let the record show that Council Member Lopez is in attendance?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
this event, Chair, is it's an annual event. It's a Boston build-up for, of course, the Boston Marathon, and it's been an annual event. We haven't had any issues with it, and they've always complied with all the special permit requirements, and so we would very much try and move this to approval.
Okay. So we've had no issues with them in the past, right?
No,
How many years has this been?
not sure. Ken might have more of a recollection of that.
Over 20 years. We do about 8 or 10 of these a year at various school properties throughout the district.
Okay. All right, all in favor? Anybody have any questions about this? But we're all in favor. Okay. Perfect. That's everybody. Thank you. Item 2, approve the use of Veterans Park, Memorial Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Norwalk Police Emerald Society for the Norwalk Police Emerald Society St. Patrick's Day Parade event to be held on Saturday, March 9th, 2024 from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Setup time at 8 a.m. with tear down by 12:30 p.m. Approximately 50 people. Someone move the item, please. Ms. Shanahan? Okay. Who do we have here? Speak to this.
I don't think there's anybody here to speak to this item.
I'll let Ken speak to it. You might know more about this event, this particular event.
Madam Chair, so this is an event that we have around every
Every
St.
year.
Patrick's Day. It's held by the Police Emerald Society. So they do leave from Veterans Park. They don't set up anything within the park. They just gather and they leave from the park and they go across the bridge. So it's a good event. It's a good way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Any questions about this? Anybody? All right, all in favor? Opposed, abstentions? Okay, unanimous. You. 5-3, approve the use of Veterans Memorial Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Vox Church for their local citywide Easter egg hunt event to be held on Saturday, March 23rd, 2024, from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Setup time at 7:30 a.m. would tear down by 2 p.m. Approximately 700 people. Would someone move the item, please? Ms. McMurray, thank you.
Yes.
Daniel's here to speak on that.
Yes, I am. Don't know if you guys can see me, but yeah, it's nice to meet each of you. This would be year 2 of doing this event. We did it last year. I do think the number we put down it's definitely an estimate. We probably had about 500 last year for the first year. It's a pretty simple event. We don't have a whole lot of setup. We just bring in a bunch of Easter eggs, just all free giveaway stuff. It's all just for the community to give back, put some smiles on kids' faces. We'll hire police officers to man it too. We did that last year, worked out well. We brought in a porta potty just because it's early with the bathrooms. But yeah, and there's plenty of parking on site for this too. So I don't know if you have any questions about the
Yes.
event.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Kromidas? So how did you get 500 people for your first event? I thought that was that was an excellent turnout, I believe.
Yeah, we tried a couple of different mediums besides like community Facebook groups in the Norwalk, Westport, Stanford area, Darien. We also posted a lot. We did a lot of mailers. So we kind of had a ground game too of just our people spreading the word that way. And then also schools. We dropped off a lot of invites to each of the schools, and many of them were really happy to hand them out to families and kids.
Do you mind me asking where Vox Church is located?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, and I'm the pastor of the church. So we meet at the Wall Street Theater each Sunday at 10 a.m. So we rent it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I think sounds like it was a wonderful event, and it was citywide, and you had a really great turnout. So,
Mhm.
and so Mr. Stowers and Mr. Hughes, you didn't have any issues, right?
No issues at all. It's a good event.
Any questions for Ms. Nicole? You had a question for him, or are you raising your hand to approve?
Acting up again. No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right, all in favor? Opposed, abstentions? Okay. Good luck with this event. I hope the weather is nice and the turnout is 700.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it, friends.
All right, have a good evening.
You too.
5-4, approve the use of Calf Pasture Beach and immediate surrounding grounds by Whittingham Cancer Center of Norwalk for the Whittingham Cancer Center Walk event to be held on Saturday, May 11th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Setup time Friday, May 10th, from 2024, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tear down on Saturday, May 11th, 2024, by 3:30 p.m. Approximately 750 people. Would someone move that in, please? Thank you, Ms. Shanahan.
Yeah, Julie Betts should be here to talk about this event.
Evening, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yes, Ms. Mann.
Hi, I am the event manager for the Foundations of Norwalk Hospital, and I'm new to this event, but it is not a new event. It's been going on for 21 years. And we are anticipating it should be a very similar setup to past years. I also have the benefit of having my predecessor still work at Nuvance Health, so I can pick her brain and make sure we're in compliance with everything that she's done in the past. And also welcome and I'm enjoying working with Kim so far just to make sure we're doing everything we need to do for this special event permit.
Okay. Robert or Ken, any comments?
No, this is a good event. I've been working working on this for 15 years now, so it's always been a successful event.
Any questions for Ms. Bant? No? All in favor, please signify. It's unanimous. All right. Thank you, Ms. Bant.
Thank you all. Thank you. Good night.
5.5, approve the use of Veterans Memorial Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Triangle Community for their Pride in the Park event to be held on Saturday, June 8th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Setup time Friday, June 7th, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. For tear down on Saturday, June 8th, 2024, by 9 p.m. Rain date Sunday, June 9th, 2024, approximately 8,000 people. Someone move the item, please. Thank you, Ms. McMurray. And who do we have?
Gary Tony, is he around or? Mike
I
Riley?
think,
This is Triangle Community Center.
Is
yeah,
that Jack Cobby?
Mr. Dixon, is it?
Yeah, Mr. Dixon. Apparently, he is not there.
There is somebody here, but, and they're unmuted, and,
Mhm.
I see them on.
There
yeah,
they are.
Hey, folks, can you hear me?
Yeah.
yes.
Hey, sorry, I didn't have the unmute button on my
Okay.
screen. Apologize.
Mhm.
So you want to tell us a little bit about the event?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be our 10th annual Pride in the Park, and Triangle Community Center is Fairfield County's leading community center for the LGBTQ plus community, offering education, resources, and services locally.
Hello?
Are you still there?
Again, and we thought it was a great success.
Okay.
Is there any changes in the event from last year to this year?
No logistical changes that would really alter anything that was on our application last year. No.
Okay. Yeah, this event is it's an annual event. We moved it to Veterans Park last year, and it seemed to work out real well for them, and so they're continuing this year as well. So
Yeah, it was great.
we promote it.
So what was the attendance last year? Approximately.
So we were expecting around we normally have about 8,000 guests. I'm thinking with the new location, it was maybe around 5,000.
Great, great. Any questions from the committee? Nope. All right, all in favor? Okay, opposed? Nope, it's unanimous. Thank you.
All right, thanks all so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
5.6, approve the use of Veterans Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Norwalk Seaport Association for the Norwalk Seaport Oyster Festival
Oyster
event.
Festival.
Oyster Festival event to be held from Friday, September 6th, 2024 to Sunday, September 8th, 2024. Setup time from Friday, August 16th, 2024 at 8:45 a.m. With tear down by Monday, September 30th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Approximately 40,000 people. Would someone move the item, please? Ms. Shanahan, thank you. And we have Mr. Riley.
We have, I think, Jerry, Tony, and
Jerry,
and
okay.
Mike. I'm Mike Riley. I'm here as well. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to this year's festival and praying for great weather. And we're excited. This will be our 46th festival, which is a big deal. And thank you very much for all your help.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Tony or Mr. Riley? Any comments? I just have to say thank you for doing this so long for the city of Norwalk. It has really become one of the staples of what we do. And so just kudos to you all for continuing with this. It's a draw to the city.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate
And
all of your energy and hard work and commitment to
we
this.
work well with your team as well. Ken Hughes is a pleasure, and all of his team are great. So we appreciate your support, but it's important to Norwalk. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, all in favor? You didn't have a question, Heather, did you, or a comment?
No, but I do have a question.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, good.
But I was gonna prove it. Is there anything we need to know or help out with as far as like the walk bridge construction going on during that time? Are they gonna be actively working in that area with larger machinery at the time or not?
Yeah, this is Jerry Tony speaking. Can you all hear me? Good evening, everybody, and thanks again for taking this on the agenda. I'm in regular contact with the Walk Bridge personnel with regard to both the festival activity and actually even more importantly with, of course, the relocation of our docks, which is underway right now. So we've got a good line of communication going. They know about it. Actually, the representatives of the Walk Bridge actually participate as a vendor or information center at the festival. So everybody's on board. We all know what the other is doing, so I don't anticipate any problems. There may be a little restricted parking on the other side of the bridge, but that's not something we can control.
There's no close routing that we need that's different or changed.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I think there was, Vanessa is also, and she's in constant contact with these folks, so it would be coordinated. It would be coordinated.
Yep.
Thank you for asking that question, Heather. All right, so the question is all in favor now? Right. All right, it's unanimous. Have a good
Thanks,
evening.
everyone.
Thank you and have a good
Happy
evening.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Item 7, approve the use of Calf Pasture Beach, Taylor Farm, and immediate surrounding grounds by NMMA for their Norwalk Boat Show event to be held from Thursday, September 26, 2024 to Sunday, September 29, 2024 from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Setup time by Monday, September 23rd, 2024, with tear down on September 29, 2024 by 10 p.m. Approximately 10,000 people. Would someone move the item, please? Thank you, Ms. McMurray.
Yeah, Madam Chair, the dates on this particular event we got wrong.
Okay,
And so we want to modify those if we can do it now.
okay,
The setup would actually be September 16th. They would go 4 days from the 19th through the 22nd with tear down 22nd.
okay.
Yep, everything's a week earlier.
And who's here to speak to that?
I am, Madam Chair.
Josh? Yeah.
It's actually John.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, Madam Chair and council members. Thank you, Robert, for correcting that. We apologize how it went in, but we were just in the middle of our busy show season, so that fell through the cracks. So I apologize for that. We're looking at 48 years that this has been a tradition for the community of Norwalk. So we'd like to continue it and hopefully get the support of the community and this committee.
Great. Any comments, Ken or Robert? Committee members?
No comment at all. It's an annual event and they handle parking and they comply with all our special event conditions. We don't have a problem with it.
I just have to say to you, Mr. Pitko, as I said to the folks at the Seaport Association, Norwalk is fortunate. We're a nice little coastal city where we can provide all sorts of little events, different things. And this is just one of them and another staple for us. And so we're just happy that you're sticking with us this long. So thank you for all that you do to draw people to Norwalk.
Well, thank you. We love being a part of the community.
Absolutely. All in favor? All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Number 8, approve the use of Matthews Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Stepping Stones Museum for their Stepping Stones Museum Kaleidoscope Circus Ball event to be held from Wednesday, March 26th to Sunday, March 30th, 2024, right?
No, it's 25.
2025?
Mhm.
Wow. From 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Setup time from Friday, March 21, 2025 through Tuesday, March 25th, 2025, with tear down from Monday, March 31 through Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. Approximately 400 people. Someone,
Yeah, we have,
the item, thank you, Heather, Miss Dunn.
Or
We have someone here?
yeah, we have Mike Jacoby. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Jacopati. Can you just tell us a little bit about your event?
Oh, sure. So one of the reasons why we've come to the committee so early is because this type of an event takes an enormous amount of planning and commitment. But in March of 2025, Stepping Stones turns 25 years old. And obviously, we're very proud of that. We're always very proud of this organization and the city. And we thought, you know, having something special for that milestone, which would be a circus right here in Matthews Park. We've already started discussions with a circus company. This is not a circus that will have animals. This will have entertainment, a family environment, and you know, just a lot of fun. And we'll have, I think some of the schools may have some interest in coming during the week. But again, we are so in the beginning stages to the point where now we have to start making commitments and start putting out some money for this to get it moving. This is why we needed the amount of time that you pointed out. So it's again, it's going to be an incredible event for the city and the surrounding communities. And again, it's just a monumental for us achievement, and also again being in the city, and that we still have a lot of work ahead of us to bring this on, but we're ready to do it. We're committed, and we want this event to really make a nice attraction for the city.
Wonderful. Any questions from the committee? Any comments from Mr. Hughes, Mr. Stowers?
Well, it's a one-time event. It's the first time they're doing this. Of course, it's a celebration of you know, of Stepping Stones, and I agree with them. An event of this magnitude will take a while to plan. So I commend them on getting with us early so we can assist them in their planning.
Absolutely. I question the 400 people. It sounds like that's a little low, but
well, we're looking at and that's a great observation, because you know, we're looking at 400 to 500. It depends on the tent size that would actually fit on the Great Lawn. And that's going to be looked at next week. So we're not going to go any higher than, you know, 500. But we feel 500 is very comfortable. So it could, you know, it could rock a little bit.
Okay. Ms. McMurray?
I'm
Question?
assuming it's a ticketed event and you'll be checking people in and out of the tent to assure that you don't go over the limit, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We will have all the safeguards in place to make sure that does not happen.
Great. Any more questions? All right, all in favor? Okay, unanimous. Well, thank you. 25 years in the city is a milestone, and we are so glad that you're here and going to be celebrating that with us in the city next year. So good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
For your event. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You do the same.
5.9, authorize a purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to Intelligent Marking USA Inc., doing business as Turf Tank, in the amount of $59,700 for the purchase of an autonomous field marking robot, project number 4331, from account number noted. Would someone move the item, please? Thank you, Ms. Shanahan.
Want to let Ken take the next few. They're more operations equipment related.
So, Madam Chair, the Parks Department is looking to purchase a field marking robot. So there's about 15 to 20 fields throughout the city that we're responsible for actually painting lines, not artificial turf, it's real grass fields. And we put the lines down seasonally, and then we retrace these lines once a week in season. I'm not sure how many of you have ever really laid out a field before, but it's quite labor intensive. I've done it, and you know, it'll take 2 men with a bunch of string and tape measures and measuring wheels, anywhere from 5 to 7 hours to lay out a single field. And then once it's laid out for the initial layout, then you know, subsequent marking is not too bad. It takes about an hour and a half to remark it. So we did 3 demonstrations on these robots, and it takes 45 minutes to lay out a field, to lay out and paint the field. The nice things about these, so they work off of an iPad. You have a GPS of the location that you're at, and you can drop any field you want on that location as long as it fits. And once you press start, the more the paint robot goes and paints the field. So we actually brought our purchasing agent on one of our demos, and she was amazed at what good of a job that this marking robot does. So this is going to be a huge time saver for us. It's going to allow us to put fields where we haven't been able to fit fields before because they're too hard to lay out. And that's especially important now that we're losing Norwalk High School, because we're going to have to, you know, put fields in to a lot of sites where we haven't had fields marked before. So, you know, I hope once we get this, that you all come down and see a demo, because I can guarantee you'll be amazed also.
And also, we've been looking at this, we started looking at this last year, one of our visits to our national convention. So we've been looking at this for over a year now, contemplating it. So
Does this require a special vehicle, or like how does it actually, so how it's something manageable, you can handle it, and how does that work?
Yeah, so you have a little, it's not really a trailer. It goes into the back hitch of the truck. It's like a ramp on the back hitch of the truck, and then you drive it right up the ramp, bring it to the site, drive it off, and it goes. So it's very easy to move around. It becomes a one-person operation now.
Great, great. Ms. McMurray, you had a question?
Sorry, I was going to ask essentially the same thing, like how big it is and how we can get it around to different fields. So thank you.
Any other questions? Ms. Dunn?
Having, you know, laid out a million shows, I've watched shows for years and years, really exciting. So I feel your pain. Is there any chance that like the Oyster Festival or something like that could rent it out? Are there other options for people using it? Would be my question.
Absolutely. So it could do turf fields also. So right now, currently our department is unable to paint the turf fields because we don't have the equipment. And a lot of the times the high schools require temporary lines for like a soccer field or lacrosse field, that we had to sub that out and have to pay a contractor to do that. But with this machine, we can now do that ourselves. And I was also told that it can do parking lines. So we'd be able to retrace the lines at Vets Park, at Calf Pasture Beach, once we get it set up in the system. So there's going to be a lot of other ways we can use this other than just ball fields on grass.
Wonderful. Ms. McMurray?
Thank you. So it's around $59,000 I see in the packet to purchase this. Is there savings in the future? Because you said you were contracting out some of that other work. I mean, can we quantify that? Because that's
Yep. So we're gonna save on labor. Now instead of 2 men, 5 hours lining the field, it's going to be 1 man, 45 minutes. So that opens up staff to do other things that are needed. We save about $3,000 a year on subcontracting out other painting services on turf fields. And then this number also includes $2,000 a year in paint for 7 years. So it actually includes $14,000 in paint.
Wow.
very exciting. Thank you.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the life expectancy on this type of thing? Because this is great.
The way this contract is working, it's a 7-year contract. So it's a bumper to bumper warranty for the next 7 years. So if anything goes wrong, if it glitches, it's on the manufacturer. And then at the end of the 7 years, we'll have the option to either trade up, to buy it and keep it ourselves, or to get the latest and greatest model.
Great. Wonderful. All right, any other questions? This is really good, huh?
Exciting.
All in favor?
Yes.
Unanimous. Thank you. Number 10. Authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to enter into a contract with ID Sign Systems, Inc. for project number 4325, Recreation and Park Signage Project, an amount not to exceed $63,936 from account number noted. And I'm going to read 10A, authorize the Director of Recreation and Parks to issue change orders to ID Sign Systems, Inc. for project number 4325, Recreation and Park Signage Project, an amount not to exceed $9,590 from account number noted. Would someone move the item, please? Thank you, Ms. McMurray.
So, Madam Chair, this is one of the items in the State of Connecticut DEEP Parks and Beautification Grant, which was secured by Senator Bob Duff about a year ago now. So one of the items in that grant was to address the signage park wide. Right now, we don't really have any identifying characteristics in our parks. We have a mishmash of signs, whether it be traffic control, whether it be pupil control, announcing courts, the name of the parks, opening and closing, time. So what this is going to do, we have a company on board. We went out to bid for this project. They're basically going to do an assessment of what we currently have. They're going to work with us to come up with a design of a sign family that we can use in the future. This way, when you see a Norwalk Park, there's a sense of belonging and you actually know where you are, based on the signage. Our goal is to have everything, match citywide so that there's no question at all that you're in the city of Norwalk Park.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. McMurray?
I don't see this item on the agenda that's posted on the city website.
It should be, because that's where I got my agenda from.
Me too. Yeah.
I just looked and I looked at my agenda. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but
So I think there's Jen, I think there's a page in between.
In between.
Yeah, that
Got
should
it.
be. There's an
Okay.
email. that's
Back
got
on board.
caught
I
in
just wanted to
between.
make sure we weren't.
Okay.
Ignore me.
No,
Sorry.
no. Jen, I had that question I just saw this. And so while you're saying that, so this one that was in between, are we reading that?
No, that was a agenda item given at the end of the.
That should not have been. You
I
got
don't
it.
know
right.
why that.
Thank you.
Squeezed in there.
All right. Any more questions or comments about this sign system? All I can just say is long overdue. And so it's
I agree.
time. I mean, as we're
I
improving
agree.
our parks and doing all of that, we need to have some consistency. So all in favor? Yes. Thank you. Item 11, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to Turf Products of the Sourcewell purchasing contract number 0131121 TTC for the sole source purchase of 3 Toro Workman GTX electric utility carts, an amount not to exceed $52,042.80 from account numbers noted. And 11A, authorize the Director of Recreation and Parks to issue a change order to Turf Products off the Sourcewell purchasing contract number 0311121 TTC for the purchase of 3 Toro Workman GTX electric utility carts in an amount not to exceed $5,200 from account numbers noted. Someone move the item, please. Thank you, Ms. McMurray.
So Madam Chair, so currently we have 4 of these Toro Workman carts. They're actually gas carts. We use them on our bigger sites, Calf Pasture Beach, Vets Park, Matthews, and Cranberry Park. They're used by our staff to bring tools and equipment around the site. We pick up garbage. They're almost like oversized golf carts. So Toro actually came up with an electric line. So through our latest $1 million DEP grant, we're going to purchase 3 of these carts to replace our gas models with new electric models. So we're excited to try these out. We're actually excited to go electric because I think this is going to be a good fit, for how we use these carts. So, this is another exciting item for us.
Has anyone noticed the smile on Lisa's face?
Yeah, I noticed it. I know she would have a smile. I knew it.
I got nervous when I heard the word turf, and then I was okay.
Okay, good. Again, you know, we're moving forward and we're thinking that way. So it's time, and it's a good place to start, I think, too, with something, you know, this size. So, any comments or concerns, questions? All in favor? Please signify. Thank you. All right.
Madam
And when
Chair,
are
we're
those
taking
coming?
number.
How long is that going to take? When is that?
So I have to wait for your end of month approval, then we could place the order. My guess would be 2 months once we place the
Wow.
order.
Okay, great.
And Madam Chair, we're going to table item 12. We
Okay.
just have to verify some information on the contract.
So that is really, okay, tabling that.
Yes.
Item 13. Authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to enter into a 5-year operating license agreement with a 5-year renewal option with Riverbrook Regional Young Men's Christian Association, Inc., YMCA, to operate recreation programs within approximately 2,000 square feet of designed space at the proposed Norwalk Community Recreation Center at 98 South Main Street. Terms of the agreement shall be recommended by the Land Use and Building Management Committee. Would someone move that, please? Thank you, Ms. Bingham.
Yeah, this is, as many of you know, this is Robert. We about a year and a half ago, we started to pursue of the proposed recreation community center and renovate 98 Main Street, the old Neon building. In terms of pulling the funding together to do that, there was a previous proposal, as many of you know, as the YMCA was going to renovate that site and deliver programs to the community through that site. Of course, that fell through some time ago. We took it upon ourselves to look at it again to see if Parks and Recreation could actually run this operation. And as most parks departments around the country, they run community centers throughout the city. We thought so. We developed a program, a proposal, and we vetted it with the mayor and decided that the parks would do that. In the meantime, there was a $2 million grant that was applied for by the Y, based upon the old proposal for them to run 98 Main Street, and somehow it got caught up in the system. And as many of you may know, the YMCA obtained that grant, and there was high-level talks that went on between the mayor and Congressman Himes and some of the other high officials to try to move that money over to do the construction as part of the construction dollars for this renovation. So we became a sub-grantee of that grant, and Alan Lowe and our attorneys worked on a sub-grant agreement that now is in the midst of being approved. So with the sub-grant agreement, of course, we need an operating agreement too. And the terms, just the core terms that they decided upon and passed down, of course, to us, which we have drafted a term sheet, basically, that the YMCA will, as a part of turning over $2 million, really 1.75 for construction, they're going to keep I believe it is 225,000, 250 for their, 2 programs that they're going to run and for the construction of that area. So they get 2,000 square feet of space in the community center to run a esports program and in another program, what is it? Ken, do you remember the other program? I think it's science. It's a science
It's a
STEM program. Yeah.
STEM program.
So we will treat this operation as one operation. It'll be run by Parks and Recreation, and the way we will view them as tenants in one sense they're tenants, and that's why building management is going to be collecting monies for of course joint utilities, their share of utilities and maintenance. But on the other hand, we're going to treat them from an operations standpoint as a provider, and we'll have other providers, other instructors as we build our programs in the community center. So this particular operating agreement that this particular request is for giving us authorization to enter into a 5-year operating license agreement with the Riverbrook Regional YMCA to operate recreational programs within the 2,000 square feet of the designated space. And so those are the terms. Basically 2,000 square feet, they get they'll run the 2 programs. They'll pay their share of common area expenses. They will also have a opportunity to have another 5-year option to continue their services. So that's what we're here for, is to give the mayor authority to enter into the 5-year operating agreement. I don't know if Alan, are you Lowe on? Are you on this at all? I mean, he was supposed to be here, so I don't know.
Any
Anyway.
questions? Oh. Do you have any questions? Comments? Nope. Okay. All in favor? Opposed, abstentions? Okay, unanimous. All right. So that concludes our agenda for today. Now you can go home and we are home and have some red something or another. Red wine, something.
Well, thank you. Thank the council for approving that. I think that 98 Main Street is it's a big accomplishment. So we're going to continue to do that.
We're putting our faith in you, Mr. Stowers. We know you'll do a great job.
Thank you. We're also going to bring next agenda, we'll be bringing another facility to you, and that is our coordinated joint program with Grassroots and covering 4 of our tennis courts at Ely, Springwood. That's going to be it's going to give us an opportunity to have a tennis program. So that's going to be really neat too. So that will be on the agenda the next in March.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robert.
you.
Thank you again. Thank you,
Motion to
everybody.
adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. You ready to go? Bye, guys. Have a
Take
good
care. Have a
one.
good night.
All right,
Have a
good
good night,
night.
guys.
Good night.
God bless.
There you go.